So why exactly did Hal Jordan lose his mind and go crazy?
Well, he didn't actually go crazy. He more just kind of crashed out.
Tell Perry there's no way we could broadcast this event live.
We're live?
We're on the scene and, the scene's an absolute catastrophe. The lack of life it appears that no one has survived. Coast City is gone!
How could he fall, the greatest lantern of all? As Coast City was bombed, Jordan turned twisted and wrong. Was it his fate, or did he forget his ways? Is he gave into fear? One thing is perfectly clear. Jordan was one of the many Green Lantern Corps, greater than any before, considered top in the force. With the Corps, he had fought them several times before. Cyborg, Superman, and Mongol were wicked to the core. Like Joker said, it only takes one bad day, like the day they knew Coast City into a massive grave. Can you imagine being granted such a tragic fate to save the universe, yet lose your family anyway? Who wasn't there this time to save the day? Where was the Justice League while he was in space? He uses his ring to bring his hometown back, but ran out of power to keep it intact.
Return to Oa Lantern, you know this is outlawed. You are unfit to wield your ring, you are now cut off.
Defiant, he absorbs their power, leaving all of them in awe. Then says, by the time I get there, you won't like me at all. How could he fall, the greatest lantern of all? As Coast City was bombed, Jordan turned twisted and wrong. Was it his fate, or did he forget his ways? Is he gave into fear? One thing is perfectly clear. On his way to Oa, this was Jordan's darkest hour. As with the central power battery, any feat could be powered. But the Guardians wouldn't give in to Jordan's twisted desires, and so they sent out lanterns Jordan had fought with prior. He defeated them all as they had tried to stop him. These lanterns were as lost as they were forgotten. As he nears his goal, he finds his best friend next, as he argues with the Xenotron full of X-Bang. As the fist began to fly, Kilowog did his best, but was beaten and broken just like all the rest. And then what happened next left out Jordan in shock, as the Guardians unleashed Nestor to defend Oa. How could he fall, the greatest lantern of all? As Coast City was bombed, Jordan turned twisted and wrong. Was it his fate, or did he forget his ways? Is he gave into fear? One thing is perfectly clear. After brutal fights, Nestor maniacally laughs, claiming all the times you could have killed me, yeah, you should have. But Hal isn't gonna let Nestor kill anymore, and then he snaps him and drops him like a mic to the floor. The battle between rivals no longer rages on, as the student becomes the master and the cycle is done. The Guardians freak out, but it's too late to throw in the towel. Powerless, they debate on what to do about Hal. As Kilowog says stuff to stop Hal Jordan again, he points at Sinestro, you were better than him.
It's not too late, Jordan, you can stop these plans.
I can't know, you could never understand. How could he fall, the greatest lantern of all? As Coast City was bombed, Jordan turned twisted and wrong. Was it his fate, or did he forget his ways? Is he gave into fear? One thing is perfectly clear. Kilowog in a flash is melted to the bone. That's how Jordan already knew exactly where to go. The Guardians criticize Jordan for his tragic fall, but how Jordan doesn't care about what they think at all. He slaps them aside and makes them aware that it's too late to stop this, that they should be scared. Our once brightest hero dawns our darkest hour, as he steps inside the central power battery for its power. Ganthet refuses to give up unlike the rest of his kind, as they have defended creation since the dawn of time. They shoot Ganthet to protect their designs, as the central power battery explodes and they die. Out steps no man, but he did wear a mask. Steps on the lantern ring and it quickly cracks. He had felt power before, but never this fast. Green Lantern no more, you can call him Parallax. He would change the multiverse to set things right, to create a world where Coast City didn't die. How could he fall, the greatest lantern of all? As Coast City was born,
I want Alan there to see me remold the universe in my image. I want him to know how far his successor has surpassed him. I want him to feel fear. I want the entire universe to feel fear.
Let me tell you a story about a beginning and end, about a hero's facing off with a hero turned villain. You see, the former hero had a tragic past, not that it matters as he ends all time at last. As his entropy enveloped the entire multiverse, no one alive could find him as the entropy worsens. The JSA encountered the time-traveling deviant first, and he killed half of them as if they were all worthless. X-Men beat them so bad they put in their resignation, and they quit being heroes, leaving to the next generation. But to stop the crime at hand, they would need someone fast. So he turned this into the fastest speedster ever, the Flash. Backed by Wave Rider and his time-traveling friends, could the Flash undo what's bringing the multiverse to an end? The fastest Flash alive, well, he sprints at his ultimate speed as he disintegrates and dies just like his mentor Barry. Exton in his anguish, he clearly lost his mind, using entropy and time against multiverse prime. Everything alive died inside the 0 hour as the madmen try to revive it with their crisis powers. While all across time and space our heroes are destroyed, as even Exton was confused at the damage he employed.
I didn't cause this, none of this was my plans.
Then he gets a backhand from an unknown man.
From this point on, you shall become my minion. You will fit into my plans or I will grant you oblivion.
And so Exton did attempt to further his plans, and he focused his powers on the last of Earth's Prime and Batman. He claims you're lost and your universe is gone, and explodes Batman just to prove he is strong. Superman attempts to stop this madman's actions, but before he can throw a punch, someone else to catch it, and in one singular punch, Superman gets clocked. The League stands in shock as Kyle Rayner screams, "My God!" All stand frozen in fear after this violent act. Green Lantern Hal Jordan, wait, didn't he go mad?
Hal Jordan in his anguish, he clearly lost his mind, using entropy and time against multiverse prime. Everything alive died inside the 0 hour as the madmen try to revive it with their crisis powers.
Green Lantern no more, you can call me Parallax. I'm rebooting creation and it's time to face the facts. I will kill you all as I am not a band of cowards. All time is over, welcome to my 0 hour.
Jordan completes the destruction of the entire time stream as time and space itself let out a final dying scream. But Wave Rider managed to use his extreme powers of time to grab the last group of heroes in creation left alive. Assembling like the Avengers at finishing point, our heroes recognize the issue of Hal Jordan's exploits. Arrow and Atom exclaim, "Existence is destroyed!" But to save creation, Wave Rider explains his ploy. This team will have to recreate creation again, or Hal's new reality will manifest as permanent. But a different group of heroes hear out Hal Jordan's plans before he reboots it all back to Perpetua's hand.
Hal Jordan in his anguish, he clearly lost his mind, using entropy and time against multiverse prime. Everything alive died inside the 0 hour as the madmen try to revive it with their crisis powers.
I slipped into the time stream, my vast new powers found energies from the first crisis which I devoured, and with this newfound power I saw what exists at the end. Entropy itself was now something I can control and bend. With my crisis powers I linked all of time, forcing entropy and time to create the ultimate crime. I've ended existence and now I'll create something new, a multiverse of winners where none of us could lose.
But before he could finish his villainous monologue, he's hit with a chrono blast from the last of the creation squad. He responds,
I have the energies to do anything I want, and stopping me is pointless as I've become a god.
Our heroes unleash absolutely everything they can, but Parallax in one blast threaten to kill Superman. Jordan becomes angered once again at his former friends. How can they not understand he's doing what's best in the end?
Hal Jordan in his anguish, he clearly lost his mind, using entropy and time against multiverse prime. Everything alive died inside the 0 hour as the madmen try to revive it with their crisis powers.
It was fun while it lasted, but it's time for you to die.
Jordan powers up, but a voice interrupts him from behind.
Foul murderer, existence reeks off your negligence. Now you face off with Jim Corrigan, the spirit of vengeance.
A battle breaks out and steals Jordan's attention as Wave Rider's plan can start thanks to the Spectre's protection. The heroes absorb all the powers of the 0 hour and they channel it into Wave Rider until he became empowered. Then he sent the energies to someone else who can manage recreating creation to a hero named Damage. Like children interfering in the battle of gods, they used Jordan's very powers to even the odds. As they forced Hal Jordan to drain up all his crisis hacks, Damage could not contain Wave Rider's cosmic plan. Detonating the Big Bang, they used Jordan's designs to cause reality to reoccur once again at the dawn of time. Defeating Hal Jordan, he slowly fades away. His existence was reset. 0 hour win came. Everything alive survived inside the 0 hour due to our heroes using Parallax's creation powers.